All right, welcome back to the third episode of Socks and Four podcast. Like we say every week, we're brought to you by Ride the Wave Media. RideTheWaveMedia.com, second week of the website. I know there's a ton of baseball articles out there so far. So if you're listening to the podcast, want to just kind of read about what we think about the Red Sox or the season, how it's going in general, RideTheWaveMedia.com. You can definitely go check that out. Today, I just got Zach and Dylan with me, just like episode 1 back in the day. Yeah,
this is a throwback episode.
Adam and Brandon, they couldn't make it. So what's up, Zach and Dylan? How's it going, boys?
Doing well. Long day at opening day, but fun to see the ring ceremony. Not fun to sit in the cold. How about you, Dylan?
I'm doing all right. I mean, it was tough watching it from the couch too. It's just been a shit show the past few weeks, but baseball's back. Still got to be happy about that. So
yeah, finally back in Fenway too. It's just like, oof. I don't know. It still feels like the season hasn't started because the Red Sox aren't winning games. It's like, oh, these it'll all even out in the end, and we'll eventually start winning. But when you lose what? I think they're 3-9.
Yeah, 3-9.
You lose 9 of your opening 12 games. I don't know. That's tough. Obviously, you're gonna have your fans supporting you still because you're 12 games in a 162 game season. But Chris Sale got booed off the mound.
Yeah, no, I was there and I was hearing boos and I was like, guys, come on, this is the ace. He's just laboring through something right now, trying to get the kinks out of his throw, his arm, I was shocked. There's a lot of booing for a home opener, getting the rings. People weren't happy.
Did they boo during the ring ceremony? I had an exam, so I couldn't watch that part.
The only person I booed for was Tyler Thornburg. I'm like, this guy doesn't deserve a ring. He didn't
pitch well today, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he did today, but I would rather have Travis Shaw on my team than this guy. So no, the ceremony was all it was all fun and game. Everyone was cheering. Although you start to learn how many people actually get a ring. It's
yeah. The security guys got them too.
Yeah, but you don't need to call them out on opening day. It should just be the players and the coaches. But it's there's 50 people going up getting these rings. I'm like, all right, let's speed this up. We got a game.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine what it was like for the fans. They told everyone to be in their seats at 12:45. The game didn't get over till 5:45, so people were in the seats for 5 hours.
Yeah, no, I was one of the first people in the stadium. I got there at 11:30 when doors opened. And so I was at Fenway Park for I don't know, 6 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. It was too long to be at Fenway.
Are you 21?
No, I'm 20.
Oh, so you had to endure that.
Yeah, I know, dude. I had never seen so many people going, I've been to a lot of Sox games, for a 2:00 start, everybody had at least 3 beers, by the second inning. Only way you're gonna stay warm, right? You need that beer blanket. But it was crazy. It was crazy. People were getting hammered just during the ring ceremony.
I respect that.
Nothing.
Dude, I don't know. I didn't like Chris Sale getting booed though. I mean, they just got their rings an hour before that. I was like, really? We're gonna do this in the home opener? He kind of deserved it, but still.
I couldn't tell if it was Sale or the fielding, because the Blue Jays stole probably 1,000 bases today. They stole home in an MLB game, and it wasn't even a pass ball. They stole home and were safe. That worked.
Yeah,
dude, I felt like I was watching a 14-year-old AAU game. They were just Vasquez was just sitting there on his ass while these guys were running around the bases. I'm like, what are we doing here?
I know Vasquez hasn't really looked good this they made the decision to option Sandy Leon down to minors, but I'm sitting here
yeah, Vasquez, a lot of people calling Leon back.
Yeah, I'd rather have Leon right now than Vasquez. Vasquez is just he's hitting sub 200, and he's not being that defensive all-star at the plate. He's not throwing guys out. He's letting balls go behind him.
Got thrown out today, stealing. Why he stole a base, I never will get.
I don't even think I don't think he even got a sign from the
yeah, he just went. He's like, whatever.
No, I bring back Sandy.
Yeah, but you got Swihart though. He's one of the best hitters on the team so far.
Yeah, Swihart's spot to lose right now.
But yeah, Sandy called a good game. Every pitcher loved when Sandy caught him. Chris Sale exclusively would have Sandy catch for him. I feel maybe some of these starting pitching woes come from the fact that one of their catchers who they've played with the last 2-3 years is in the minor leagues. Something to think about.
Yeah, imagine
mean-
that. Like you go from World Series with like catch the World Series final catch. I don't know, there's Vasquez, but play the World Series next
Yeah.
season. You're in Pawtucket. Like,
Yeah, can't imagine that. He
I
didn't
mean,
even
it
get
wouldn't
ring
be
today.
it wouldn't be a bad idea to call him up, but there's still no excuse for what these pitchers are doing. I mean, the starting pitching every night they're just coming out flat, dude. Like,
Go off, Dylan. You said you wanted to, speak your mind about
Yeah.
this. Don't
we
hold
got a
back.
text saying he can only handle it so much.
dude, I don't know. Like, it's hard to explain, especially with Sale. I mean, he's just been getting shelled. We've never seen this before. So it's like I don't even like understand what's going on with him. Like, is he hurt? Or like is he just not like feeling it with his fingers? Like, I don't know what it is because he hasn't been throwing as hard. We talked about this last week too, probably the week before. He
Yeah,
hasn't been throwing as hard either.
He got his first like strikeout today, like from a swing and a miss fastball.
Yeah.
And his third start, and that was what he's known for. Like Chris Sale just blows like by guys with fastballs. You get your first swing and strikeout on your third start, and you're
I
Chris
know.
Sale. Like it's not like it's just like some like schlub off the street. Like this is Cy Young contender every single year, Chris Sale.
Although,
Dude, like the first 2 innings, like I thought this guy was gonna throw a no-hitter. Like he was looking great the first 2 innings.
my dad, I'm like, dude, we might see a no right now. Like he's
Exactly.
on.
Rocked.
And then the third inning, I'm sitting there, single after single after single. I mean, like though they were hitting it in like the perfect spot, but still, like he wasn't striking anyone out. Like I don't
That
know
was-
what was happening.
That was my least. That was like I've never enjoyed a Fenway Frank as little as I did during that third inning. I was sitting here, I'm munching away, bloop hit after bloop hit. They're racking up runs. I'm like, I don't even want to eat this damn thing anymore.
Yeah, we're not going to glaze over this. I know you threw it in the story that you always have a third inning hot dog.
Yeah.
So what's
Um,
is that tradition or like what's that
Yep.
about?
So third inning, usually like the first couple Sox games I went to were 1:00 starts. So by the time the third inning rolls around, it's like right around 2:00, 1:45-ish. It's perfect time to get a meal. So I go down, order my foot-long Fenway Frank. I don't do those little ones. I get the foot-longs.
You spent
It's,
$25 on it.
Yeah, no, it's expensive. It's stupid. You know how much a hamburger's at Fenway? $9.25 for like a greasy ass little hamburger. Like Jesus. But yeah, no. Third inning hot dog. I put condiments on it. I'm not like
Not a sociopath.
myself right now, but yeah, no. That's what I do. That's my thing. Third inning hot dog. People should try it. It's a good time to, you don't really want to see the away team bat anyways. I'm only there to see Red Sox.
Yeah, Jerry Remy even was talking about this game like on the broadcast, and he kind of described it perfectly. Obviously, because he's been doing this since whoever knows long, like dinosaurs are around. It's like NL baseball they were playing today, like a bunch of small ball, like first and third or something. You bunt down the first base side, or they just hit bloop hits. Like they weren't shelling Sale at all. Like they weren't just crushing it off them. They're just like weird hits here and there. Just I don't know. It was an unfortunate start, especially with the pass ball. It gave another earned run. That was tough.
There was
Yeah,
one
exactly. I got to give a lot of credit to the Blue Jays. I mean, like they were playing small ball, but like like Chris Sale was freaking falling asleep. I'm pretty sure it was Gurriel Jr. He like stole home on Chris Sale.
Yeah, wait, going back to that, why would you like? I just never understood this. If you're a left-handed pitcher and there's a man on third, why are you like going for the windup? Like I know, obviously, like stealing home, very unlikely, but it happened. Maybe like Devers also wasn't like on the bag really, but
I just don't think you expected it. That was like
Yeah.
a wild card. But
it
there
was
was
a wild pitch too because I think he just
Yeah.
tried to Indian rubber him, just like peg it. Like
yeah, no, exactly. There was one like little dinky play though that really changed the game. It was in that third inning. Pedroia was standing on, where he usually is in second, and they did a pretty good hit and run, and Pedroia went to cover the bag thinking the guy was stealing, and then when he hit and run, the ball went literally right where Pedroia had previously been standing. So just like moving around the infielders, getting gaps, kind of naturally like that. Instead of a double play, Pedroia is now trying to run towards the second base bag, run crosses the board, and that changed the game. I felt
Oh
like
yeah,
they
that
could've
hit
got-
and run play was unbelievable. I mean, this guy just like completely outcoached Alex Cora from the start. Like they just had this whole game plan going in. They're like, all right, we're gonna run in these guys the whole game, and it worked.
yeah, the double steal was the tipping point, really, or
Mhm.
whatever it was when no, it was like a bounce in the dirt or something. Vasquez almost tossed him a third, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, they ran the base as well. Something that we saw the Red Sox do the very first game. I blogged it. We talked about it. I thought the base running in opening day in Seattle, we had double steals. We had some hit and runs that worked for us, and it seems like teams are doing that, giving it right back. So it's something you got to watch for. I think it's the way baseball's trending now. You have shifts, you have base running, it's where the game's going.
gotta rock.
Oh,
with
the
it.
shifts the Blue Jays were doing too were unbelievable. It's pissing me off. I felt like they had a shift for like every single hitter on the team.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they all had little cards. I could see them looking at them. They pulled out of their back pocket. I'm like, I know outfielders have cards, but like infielders, I was like, whoa, these guys are.
Like I forget which hitter it was, but one of the shifts, it was like he had absolutely no chance of hitting it up the middle.
Yeah.
He had like a huge gap between like third and like second. It was like crazy.
That's what happens when you're top dog, though. People are going to come after you. They're going to look, everyone circles you on their schedule. You're like the Golden State Warriors. Everyone wants to beat you. You get everyone's best every night.
Yeah, it's everyone's Super Bowl every time they play them.
Yeah, exactly.
Pedroia made a comeback, obviously. His announcement wasn't really until like 10 this morning. Like nobody really had any idea if he was playing. And then around like 10 this morning, we got an update saying he's going to be obviously playing second, batting seventh. Goes 1 for 4 in his opener, but his first at bat, he got an RBI, hit to a double play, but still got a run. And then he had a single in the ninth that kind of sparked what we thought was going to be a comeback, which obviously was not. But I don't know. Obviously, it's his first game, but he had a lot of instances where he could get an RBI, whether it be first and second and third, or something like that. Late in the game, he just never really delivered. The only time he got a hit is when he let off. Like,
yeah,
no, it was kind of frustrating.
Yeah, no, Pedroia. Great to see him back. He didn't really, he didn't have a bad game in the field. Like I said, that one hit and run play was fluke. But at the plate, man, you could really see some rust. He just, big situations. Usually this guy rises to the occasion. This guy's a player. He's a baller. And just today he looked like he hadn't played baseball in 2 years. And that's just the facts.
I mean, you guys saw the rust. I kind of saw the rust too, but I was actually kind of impressed with the way he played. I mean, that he drove in the run. It was like the first or second inning. And then like he didn't like hold on, let me check real quick. He grounded out and then he flew out. But then in the ninth inning, when he got that single, the guy was throwing like 98 or whatever. He managed to hit it in the right field. So I mean, it was his first game back. It was gonna be tough for him, but I liked what I saw.
That guy was blowing 98 by him though. Like that swing was he was so late to that fastball. That's why he hit it opposite field.
Oh yeah, he was.
He still put bat on the ball. Like you can't knock a guy. I couldn't hit 98 even if you gave me a million tries. So just to see him back out there, hopefully he's here to stay and he's not going to be, up and down from the minors to, rehabbing. Hopefully he's here to stay and can really get some consistency in his game. But it was good to see Pedroia out there. He wants it. He's hungry, and you can't expect the guy to go, 5 for 5 with, 3 home runs. Like he's just not, he's gonna have some rust.
Yeah, Pedroia's a little rough, but whatever. You gotta expect that from someone who missed over a year. Guys you didn't expect to start out this slow in the season. Andrew Benintendi went 0 for 5 today. Feels like I've only seen him get an out, minus like that one big hit. I forget what series it was. But every time he goes up to the plate, I just don't think he's going to get a hit. I don't remember the last time he's got a hit.
Oh, yeah, it's frustrating watching him. I honestly don't think he should be in the leadoff spot because he seems to hit better when he's hitting second or second, I'm pretty sure. He hits a lot better second than he does as the leadoff hitter. So, I mean, maybe put Pedroia or Bogarts as leadoff hitter. Maybe just put Mookie back as leadoff hitter. I don't know, but I just don't see him being a good leadoff hitter.
Yeah, Cora's got to make up his mind. He started Benintendi off leading off, and then a couple games in that didn't work. So then he puts Mookie back there, and then now he comes back to Fenway, and he's like, all right, we're going to go back to Benintendi. Like, pick one. You can't keep messing with these guys like Psyche, even though it's like one position in the batting order. Like, these guys get really weird. They like to know where they're going to hit. They get comfortable in a certain spot. You can't keep messing with guys, and Cora's going to have to make a decision here pretty soon, because you can't keep having Benintendi. And pretty much the whole offense, he's been shifting around the batting order. It's, Devers is in the 3-hole. Now he's in the 6-hole. Like, make up your mind, dude. Like,
it's interesting. I don't really like that either. It's like you can't even guess what the lineup's going to be because it's probably going to be something different every night. And I guess, with the lack of offense we saw on the road trip, I think it could possibly be throwing some of these hitters off a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Like, I keep telling myself they're going to turn around, but every single game they don't really prove to me that they're going to turn around. So I don't know.
I've heard all these excuses. Honestly, they can't keep making up excuses. I heard, oh yeah, they went from like 80-degree weather to like 35, 40-degree weather. Like, there's no excuse. You guys gotta. The pitching.
Do you believe in a World Series hangover?
I don't. I'll see it like if they have another like crappy season like they did in 2014, then I'll believe it. But
yeah, no, the Astros had no sign of a World Series hangover last year. Like, they came out, still won 100+ games, and honestly was like everyone's favorite going into the playoffs because people sleep on Boston like they're dumb. But like, I think it's a World Series hangover like if you let it. And I think Cora, the way he managed like the starters in the spring training, like, he's kind of almost allowing a World Series hangover. He's not making guys grind, from the very start the way that they're used to. So it's almost like it's not like these guys aren't trying or they're like, oh, we want a ring, we don't care anymore. But it's more like they're just not getting the average reps that they would have needed, in March and February. And it's now April and they're trying to catch up to the rest of the league, and it's just clearly not working.
You guys saw spring training too. I felt like they did terrible. Like, I felt like every game they were either getting blown out or they were losing. It was the same thing that's been happening in the first 12 games this year. So, something's got to change. Like with Terry Francona, there was no like people call it a World Series hangover. There was none of that because like in 2008, after they won the 2007 championship, they made it to the ALCS. So like I believe they for sure can do that again this year. They just got to turn it around. Like we got to see how Alex Cora is going to manage day by day.
Yeah, for sure. And lighter note, though, Mitch Moreland, the only real Red Sox that's actually producing.
Mitch Moreland's he is a monster right now. He's having like a career start to the season at the plate. He leads the team in home runs with 4. It seems like every game we've won is due to his bat, even going back to the World Series when he hit that 3-run home run that still hasn't landed yet to change game. Was that 4? Yeah, it was game 4. So Mitch Moreland's been, a huge asset for the Red Sox at first base, especially with Steve Pearce starting on the DL and no one.
Oh yeah, I love Mitch Moreland. He plays with such a chip on his shoulder too, and you can tell he's trying to compete for playing time because right now he's been playing over Steve Pearce and Sam Travis. And last year it was like they were all getting like equal. Well, Sam Travis not as much, but like Steve Pearce was getting a lot of games at first, and then
Moreland really took advantage of the opportunity of Pearce going down, and like he absolutely ran with it. I just put up a blog at plug ridethewavemedia.com and kind of talking about like he saw Pearce went down. He needed offense. He brought offense, and the defense. He's making plays in the field that not a lot of people are talking about, but they're pretty impressive plays in the field.
Oh yeah, he was digging them out of the dirt.
Yeah, that's not easy. That's pretty hard.
Yeah.
And then what was the last thing I was gonna say?
People forget he's a Gold Glover.
But whatever. Yeah. One-time Gold Glover.
Yeah, he's a Gold Glover. Like he's no schmuck at first base. Like,
and he made the All-Star team last year, right? Like,
yeah. Although I don't know how much he deserved that, but still.
No, like, he's still a one-time All-Star. It's like, I don't know. I hope Moreland like keeps going this way because he's the literally only person producing at the plate. I mean, Mookie has a couple bombs here and there, but
JD's had a good start too.
Yeah, he's hitting every game except one, maybe. I think he had like a 9-game streak or something, snapped it. But I don't know. Still frustrating. Like it's game 12 and people are freaking out, but this is what we do in Boston when the only thing that matters is getting another ring ceremony on opening day.
No, I honestly think some of the fans are pissing me off more than the actual team is because fans are like, oh, like this team sucks. This team isn't going anywhere. Like they're going to get hit with another World Series hangover. Like I'm like, dude, we're 12 games into the season. Like This has happened before where they've lost a bunch of games in April and then they just started winning.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of ring ceremonies, Zach, you brought this up in the pre-show. We want to talk about, because we have so many to choose from now, which World Series ring for the Red Sox is your favorite among 04, 07, 13, and 18. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you can't hear it, but check out our Instagram at Ride the Wave MLB. I'll just post a video of this segment. So, Zach, if you want to start it off with your power rankings 1 to 4, or if you want to do like a draft or something, like everyone says they're 1. And
yeah, I'll go with my 1 2013, just for the fact that there's so much on that ring besides, bling and diamonds. It was, obviously the year of the Boston Marathon, so they have Boston Strong. They have the Commissioner's Trophy with like the Red Sox, like the socks hanging down, which personally I think is like the best touch. They have the band of bearded brothers on like the inside of the ring. So like for me, that's my GOAT. Like I don't think you were gonna ever beat that even with 2018. So mine's 2013. I don't know about you guys.
And Dylan, was your 1?
I'd say 2013 as well. I mean, like Zach pretty much said it. Like has a lot of meaning to it, and like I just like how the trophy is on it with the Sox logo hanging from it. Number 2, 2018, because I feel like the logo like really stands out in this one. Like it stands out more than the other ones.
Yeah, 2018 was my 2. I got 04 then 18. The 04 one, I just like the design really, and it's like the comeback thing on the side.
That's what I was gonna say. I like 04 just because it
just looks cool too. It was like whatever.
It's the first one.
Yeah. And then I got 18, like Dylan said. I don't know. That just looks clean.
Yeah, no, 2007 was kind of a dud.
Yeah, that's my least favorite. Easy.
It's just they just have like the socks with like I think it's a base.
It's the 04 one, except they just did a different Red Sox logo.
Yeah, you got it.
It's identical except just different logo.
Yeah, no, not a fan. Even the socks don't even look that good. It's like all broken, like the gem. I don't know.
Is that the most forgettable Red Sox like team? Like obviously not because they won a World Series, but
I don't
know. Like 04 had the comeback, 13 had the marathon stuff, and then this past season had like they just keep winning games.
Yeah, 2007 they did have that unreal comeback against Cleveland in the ALCS.
Yeah, 3-1, right, or something.
Yeah, 3-1 against. They should have lost, but I don't know. I feel like you're right. It's definitely forgotten about, but like that team was nasty. Like if you look back, it's like damn. Like they had Pedroia, who the next year would win MVP and was Rookie of the Year. Yeah. They still had
Beckett, Lester.
Lester was like a really young. They still
Mike
had like,
Lowell
was like the closer. Coco Crisp.
Yeah.
JD Drew, like Veritek was still like playing. Like I don't know, that team was kind of nasty.
Coco Crisp was the first Red Sox jersey I ever had, and it wasn't even Coco Crisp jersey. It was like the brown one that just did Coco on the back. I'm just like, I remember specifically having that jersey. I'm like, all right, I guess this is mine. Like,
yeah, no, 2007 is like I watch all the ring like the championship documentaries. That one, like you could fall asleep during it. Like it's like they're like, yeah,
you fall asleep during this past one.
Oh yeah,
this past one stunk.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, and Nesson didn't make one of their own either, which But while I was at the game today, I picked up a pretty unique item. I thought I'd be interested to share it. So I was looking. I've never seen the red seat at Fenway where Ted Williams is.
So I stole it.
Yeah, so I was looking for it, and I was completely in the wrong section of the ballpark. Well, I was in the outfield, but I was in the wrong section, and I was looking, and I was like going up and down the rows because I wanted to get like a picture sitting in it. And I looked down at my feet, and I see that one of the chairs in the grandstand section, like something was wrong with it. And I'm like, man, that doesn't look right. And I looked down, and it was broken. And so this was on the ground, and it's just part of one of the seats. And so I just picked it up and put it in my bag. No one saw me. No one said anything. It's still got like the screw in it. Like it's literally just a part of the Fenway Park seat.
Dude's fingerprints are still on.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know. Like this thing's probably been there for like decade. Like this
at least.
sat there for like every World Series game and stuff. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna take it home.
I got to give you credit for that one. That's a good snag right there.
Yeah, so this is gonna
Bring
go
home a piece of Fenway.
right here, so everyone can see it on. So I thought that was pretty unique. That's no damn hat or T-shirt. I got a piece of Fenway Park with me.
Piece of wood I can wear.
Exactly.
And then kind of wrapping up Sox news for the week. Griffin Holt obviously became a internet celebrity over the offseason. Obviously Brock Holt's kid, and he's also the reason responsible for Brock Holt being on the DL. What is it, 10-day now instead of 15-day? 10, yeah, whatever. Same thing.
What's this story? I've never even heard it.
How we don't call it the DL?
No, the
don't call it the
cornea
IL?
thing. Yeah, what
Oh,
happened?
the cornea thing?
Yeah.
He just scratched his eye. Like he was playing with him after like one of the games, and Griffin Holt like whacked his like Brock in the eye, and that's why he's on the DL or IL, or I don't care. I'm calling it the DL. Like someone got mad at us in one of our Instagram comments saying like it's the IL. I'm like, dude, buddy, I don't care. Like,
wow.
Take your IL comments somewhere else.
Dude, did the Yankees pay Griffin Holt to sabotage?
Colluding
Brock?
already.
Wow. I didn't think he'd, turn his back on the Red Sox that quickly.
Rumor has it he wanted to spend more time with his dad. That was why he did it.
He wanted to hit bombs with that little wiffle ball bat in his attic or something like that. Those videos always get me. I'm like, damn, this kid could probably, lead the team in home runs right now for the 2019 Red Sox. Because
I respect Brock Holt too, because he came out like after it happened, like he still was playing.
My kid beat me up,
and then he was like, yeah, like I don't want it to affect me and like affect my gameplay, so I'm just gonna go to the injury list for 10 games.
Yeah, no, you never hear players putting themselves on the injury list. Like usually it's like people have to like force them. I think that's a good decision on Brock. Like,
yeah, I do too.
Yeah, like we said, it's April, like the second week of April. Get all your eyes scratching from your kid out now.
Yeah, don't do that in October.
Start wearing goggles in October.
Yeah. Doesn't he wear glasses? I thought he does wear glasses.
His kid does, so Brock can't get him back, but other way. Let the record state, I don't think Brock Holt would scratch his kid back. But if I had to say that, in case people don't realize it was a joke. Yeah, that's going to come out tomorrow. He's like, dude, he swung first.
What are you guys' thoughts on the bullpen so far? I'm pretty impressed with what they're doing.
They were solid all season, like up to today even. But Barnes just gave up 1 run, and I think that was his first earned run appearance or something in his whatever appearance. Other than that, they're pretty good. Thornburg, 2 innings, no runs today. Who's that new guy with the like Wally or something?
Marcus Walden.
Waldy's the green thing, not the pitcher. Like,
bullpen looks good. I know in the Arizona series, that 1-0 game, I was kind of worried about who was going to close because they just got walked off the night before. And, Brazier came in and was just nails, no doubter, 3 up, 3 down. So
does the Red Sox starting pitcher have a win yet?
Nope. All right. Yeah. Let me go over the stats so far.
They had a bullpen.
Hear this. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. We had 12 games and no win from a Red Sox starter. Like, arguably the best on paper starting roster in the entire league. And they don't have a win.
The best start so far was from Hector Velasquez. He's not even in the rotation.
Yeah.
Dude,
Jesus.
He's our Cy Young candidate right now. Hector Velasquez.
Give him the MVP, dude.
So far, the starting pitching, they have a record of 0-8.
Nice.
An ERA of 8.78.
That's a kid. That's a small kid. Oh my God.
They've pitched 53.1 innings. They've had 26 walks per 45 strikeouts. 45 doesn't even seem like a lot, dude, at all. And then they've allowed 16 home runs.
16 home runs. That's wild. I mean, they started out the year giving up probably 15 of those in the first 4 games. So that's kind of slowed down at least, but still.
I'm gonna officially go on record and say that I'm worried about the rotation. I'm worried that
April 9th, he's worried.
I'm worried. The fact that
today mark the day. We'll hold him to it.
It's not like one guy. Like if it was just Sale struggling, I'd be like, okay, it makes sense. If it was like maybe 2 or 3, but the fact that every single pitcher is going out there getting rocked, it's more than just like you know, an anomaly at this point. Like it's the trend. They're just getting raw.
Yeah,
The offense does their part every night too, except for the games they got shut out. But like the offense has been doing what they're supposed to do. It's this friggin' starting pitching. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know if they didn't get enough reps during spring training. Like I don't know what it is, but it's the regular season now, so they should be back to doing what they're doing.
Every game you kind of head into it, be like, all right, surely Sale can't pitch bad again, or surely Eovaldi can't get rocked again. And then by the time the fourth home run cleared the fence, you're like, geez, like
they're all like looking back. It's like, oh, there's another one. It's like, Jesus, dude, come on. I don't even know the guys who are hitting these home runs. They're no names.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think the Mariners are 10-2. They're kind of doing tanking if they are going to tank. I think the perfect way, as in just win a bunch of games at the beginning of the season, make a bunch of no names look like studs for having a good year, and just trade them. Like whatever. Like you are not going to win us the World Series, might as well start rebuilding. Who knows? In other MLB news, Reds and Pirates got into a Renaissance painting type of fight, as in Yasiel Puig is the biggest ride or die guy that you can ever have in your team. He absolutely is going to just swing on every single player on the Pirates, and honestly, probably come out standing.
Oh, that picture was wild. When I saw that, I was like, geez, like, I like how someone said it was like the battle of the condiments too. What are those uniforms?
Yeah, what is that?
Mustard yellow.
Color rush.
Ketchup. Yeah, what is that? Like, you know, week 2 of the NFL Thursday night game? Yeah, that was tough to watch.
Dude, Chris Archer is an absolute joke, though. I mean, this guy is ridiculous. Didn't he get like into a fight with Poppy back in the day too?
Yeah, he fights with because he'll like strike you out and then like do a little celebration on the mound while you go back to the dugout.
Moonwalk off the mound or something.
Yeah, and then if I go pimp a 400-foot home run off you, he throws a hissy fit. It's like, dude, you know, you gotta.
I respect what the Cincy batter did way better than just a bat flip. Like he just dropped the bat and stared. I'm like, that's different. I like it. Like,
dude, he hit the ball into the water. He's like allowed to do that. Like this guy didn't do anything wrong. He was like, he didn't make any eye contact with Chris Archer or anything. Like if he was staring Chris Archer down, that would have been a different story. Like he was just admiring his home run, dude.
Did you see the video of the kid who got hit by a pitch and then did a bat flip because he got hit by a pitch? I'm like, that's got to be worse than giving up a bomb. Like you just drilled me and nothing happened. Like
exactly. Yeah. Well, that I forget his name. I'm blanking on it. But the guy for Cincy, he went on to hit another one in the water later that game, like in the 8th. Like that guy was hitting bombs.
Yeah, Derek Dietrich, and then it was like. When Chris Archer didn't hit him, but he was like intending to hit him by throwing it on the other side of him. And like Derek Dietrich was literally just going to take his base. They called warning. So then the Reds manager came out to complain. And then like they got all defensive because Chris Archer started walking towards this guy for no reason. Like, dude, what is your problem, bro? And then like I don't blame Yasiel Puig for wanting to like beat the crap out of him. Like they had to hold him, like they needed like 4 guys to hold him back.
Are you guys fine with like taunting and all that, like bat flips and everything?
Yeah, let the kids play.
I was gonna say that Harper thing when people got so mad. I'm like, I love Bryce Harper just because he will absolutely be like the cockiest player on the entire planet, and he'll just like play really well. I mean, last year was kind of a down year, but like when he's gonna go to like what they were at in Washington, right?
Yeah,
And then he sent one into the crowd and then gets booed and he's like bowing to the people booing. I'm like, I love that. Like keep ripping that.
He put America's capital in a body bag in one game. I mean, like DC, get rid of the team. Go back to Montreal. You're the Expos again. Like where your franchise is folded when Bryce Harper comes into your house. You're booing him and he just shuts you up. He was like 1 hit shy of the cycle after striking first 2 at bats. Like I can't even fathom that. Like this guy, no, they're not a team anymore.
There's nothing wrong with that either. It's not like the Nationals went out and like re-signed him. Like the Phillies wanted him more than the Nationals did. So
did you hear what their offer was to him?
Wasn't it like $100 million deferred till he was 2072 or something like that?
Yeah. It was like the Mets are doing with some guy, I forget his name, but it's
Bobby
like we'll pay you like $1 million a year until like 2080. I'm just like, that is the dumbest contract I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, no. He's like, I don't even know if I'll be around then. Like, just give me the bag up front. Like, I don't need this deferred money You know, like what if Major League Baseball folds? Does he still get the money? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't even know if baseball is going to be played in 2080. Hopefully, but you never know.
Yeah, it's one of those games I never see really dying.
Yeah, if it's been around since before the Civil War, then you've probably got a good chance of being around.
Stickball was played by cavemen. That's when it was going to be in for the long haul. 2 more quick things to wrap out the show, just like news around the league. The Giants, they got Tyler Austin from the Twins in exchange for minor leaguer Malik Ziegler. Any thoughts on that?
Isn't Tyler Oster that bum who Joe Kelly beat the crap out of?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I knew. I'm like, I know this name. Honestly, like, where do you say he got sent to? San Francisco?
Yeah.
Now he's Pomeranz. Dude, I hate the San Francisco Giants now. They have all my least favorite.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with him and the Giants. I don't know if he's gonna like start for them, if he's gonna come off the bench, or they're just gonna send him down to the minor league. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
Yeah, no, that guy's a joke. You got beat up by Joe Kelly, who's like a stick. After slamming your bat, you want to talk about pimping something? He slams his bat after getting hit, and then proceeds to like half charge the mound. Joe Kelly's like, "Let's do this," and then gets the absolute crap beat out of him. I'm sorry, I have no respect for Tyler Austin.
Yeah, I don't either. That guy's a pussy.
Bad name too. Mike how do you say this name?
Clevenger.
Dude, I'm terrible with names. I messed up whatever that Yankees guy is. Like Adunar.
Oh, yeah. And Duhar.
I will never know that guy's name. That's a promise.
Won't need to. He's not.
So yeah, Mike Clevenger, Cleveland starting pitcher, out 6 weeks with a back injury. I know really there's no one in the AL Central that's all that great, but
I mean, he's a good pitcher. I don't think it will affect the Indians that much, but it gives the Tigers. The Tigers are off to a good start too. They're 7-4. I mean, it gives them a good chance to maybe jump the division a little bit.
True.
Yeah, if you want to talk about rotations, I mean, if it was Kluber or anyone like that, I'd be a lot more concerned. But, it's just he's a filler piece. It would be like if Eovaldi went down, it'd be like, oh, that sucks, but it's not like their ace. I'm kind of curious. One last question for you guys. Do you think any of the current leaders of the divisions are actually going to win it? We've got the Rays leading the division in the AL East, the Indians winning it in the Central, the Mariners in the West. And then in the National League, you have the Phillies, the Brewers, and the Dodgers. Is that
the National League is accurate. Like, I'm pretty sure all those teams are looking good to win the division. But the American League, I mean, the Rays can keep playing the same way they have been all year. So, like I said, it can get really close in the AL East. But I got the Yankees or the Red Sox winning the division. And then
back in the West, it's like
the Mariners. I honestly don't. I think they'll cool down a little bit. I got the Astros winning. The Astros are like favorites to win besides the Yankees, the Astros are like favorites to win the World Series this year. I think they're a little overrated, to be honest, but we'll have to see what happens.
I would be kind of surprised if the Dodgers win the NL West again, just because you just never see teams win 5 years in a row now. Like, the Padres are right there. Like, I know that division sucks in general, but I don't know. The Dodgers don't get too comfortable at the top. You know what I mean? They're playing well now, but I don't know. Teams don't really consistently dominate a division like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know if any of you guys saw this last week, but I was on Twitter and I saw this thing with Manny Machado, where I don't know if any of you guys saw it. He hit a pop up, and the catcher was gonna get it. And he had his glove up in the air to catch the pop up. It was somewhere around home plate heading towards first. And he drops the bat right by the catcher's foot. And the catcher didn't step on the bat, but he ended up dropping it because the bat was right near his foot. I'm like, dude, you could have tossed that towards the third base like any other player would, but instead you run a foot and then drop it like half a foot from his feet. I'm like, dude, you're a scumbag, bro. You're just a disgrace to this league.
The villain role. We need a heel. We need someone I hate. If Manny Machado wants to wear the black hat, then so be it.
But he's doing it in San Diego, though. He's if he was on the Yankees, that would make this season
Oh, but he
million.
also doesn't have to do well because nobody's really going to care if he doesn't do well. They're just going to be talking about him when he does bad. He's living the dream
Yeah,
right now. He's been
I
a
guess.
WWE heel.
True. I don't know. I'd like to see. I wish. I don't know. Part of me really loves those Red Sox Yankees rivalries. Like Manny
Oh, yeah. I'd
Machado.
rather see him in New York, but
Because like I didn't even hear that. Like Padres games just don't make the media waves. Like it
Yeah,
just
I'll
doesn't.
show you guys a video. So I retweeted on my Twitter, but like the Diamondbacks commentators, they were like pissed. They were like calling him out for it and everything. They're like, I forget what they said, but they were just not having it. I wasn't having it either. I'm like, dude, this guy's just a scumbag.
Yeah.
just gotta rock with it. All right. Any last thoughts before we wrap this up?
We're done with 2018. We're put that in the books. We got our rings. We had our parades. We popped our champagne. Like any excuses from here on out, I'm not hearing it with 2019. 2019 has already started, but it's officially started now that the rings are on. We're moving on to 2019. Got to clean it up. Starting pitchers, I'm worried about you. And get a hot dog in the third inning.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the Red Sox have finally put the whole 2018 season to bed too. I mean, they were talking about it a lot during the road trip. Like, oh yeah, like this happened in 2018, everything else. Like 2018 has ended though. Like we're on to a new season. It's 2019. I think the Red Sox finally have acknowledged that. And I think I don't know. I really thought the ring ceremony today would light a spark in this team, but it was just one game. I mean, they have the whole rest of the homestand. They go to New York next week. So I think they'll finally start playing good baseball. You just got to stay positive, see if they can turn the season around.
Yeah, there's 150 more of these. Like, we'll be okay.
Hopefully.
So all that, yeah, Jesus Christ. Or this can just go on a dumpster fire.
Never win another game. It's like,
Sox
damn,
like 40 and whatever.
damn, they're the wow, it's the Baltimore Red Sox.
Yeah. Nice. All right. We'll see you guys next week. I'm going to try to get on Apple. I know I keep saying this, but Apple's being annoying. They're doing a bunch of stuff that I think they're lying to me about, so I have to figure that out. But, yep, thanks for listening. Check out our Instagram at Ride the Wave MLB. Check me out on Instagram or Twitter. They're the same thing, Ty_Miller35. If you guys want to plug anything, then we can wrap this up.
Yeah, no. I'm Zach, or ZHard4 on all social media. Also, we're trying to grow the Ride the Wave Twitter. That's RTW_MLB. We just live tweet pretty much. Give you guys updates if you're not in front of the game or if you want to maybe laugh at how bad we're doing. But yeah, definitely check out the website. It's up. We've got articles about every sport. You know, if you're not a baseball guy, why are you listening to this? But check out the NFL, NHL playoffs are starting soon. So ride the wave, guys.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Dylan.McDonald. Last name spelled MC. And then my Twitter is D_McDonald9. And yeah, like we're trying to grow the website, the Instagram, the Twitter. Like the Twitter we need help on Twitter. We need you guys to follow us on Twitter. That's the rough
We
part.
need help on Twitter for sure.
Yeah.
SOS play signal.
Yeah, so follow us on Twitter. That's pretty much it. Have a good night, guys.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning into episode 3 of Sox and 4 podcast. And hopefully next time we hear from you guys, Sox will turn the ship around.